Welcome back to Madman Review. If it's your first time stepping into a gun store and you're feeling a bit lost on what to say, this video is all for you. We've all been there, so worry not. We're going to walk you through the top 20 things you shouldn't say in a gun store to keep you away from making those awkward and sometimes legally iffy blunders. Trust me, knowing what to not say is just as important as knowing what to say, if not more. So get ready if you want to be sure that your first or next gun store visit is smooth, respectful, and above all, legal. Let's jump right in. Number 1. Making politically charged statements. Listen closely, a gun store isn't the place for heated political debates or rants. Whether you're passionate about your views or just looking to stir the pot, save it for a more appropriate venue. Dropping political bombs can not only make employees and fellow customers uncomfortable, but it can also completely change the vibe of the store. The focus in a gun store should be on safety, respect, and of course, guns. Keeping things neutral helps everyone stay focused on what they're there for. Number 2. Comparing firearms to video game weapons. It's not uncommon for folks to relate to what they know, and video games are no exception. But when you're in a gun store, try to avoid comparing real firearms to those in video games. It might come off like you're not taking the real-world responsibilities of handling a firearm seriously. Real guns aren't a game, and they come with critical safety and ethical considerations. Understanding the difference shows respect for the expertise of the staff and acknowledges the importance of firearms, especially in the real world. Number 3. Asking to disassemble firearms. When you're eyeing a gun in a store, it might be tempting to want to take a closer look by disassembling it. However, it's best to resist this urge unless you've got the green light from the staff. Doing so without permission could make you seem suspicious. Either that or you don't look like you respect the store's property. Remember, the staff are there to help. If you need to understand a firearm better, ask for assistance. Number 4. Making threats or jokes about using weapons. It's important to remember that any talk of using weapons on people or property, even if you're just kidding around, is a serious no-go in a gun store. This kind of talk isn't just in poor taste, it could land you in hot water, legally speaking. Gun stores are all about promoting safety and responsible ownership, so keeping conversations respectful and on topic not only shows you understand the gravity of owning and using firearms, but also keeps the atmosphere positive and focused on education and safety. Number 5. Questioning the legality of store practices. It's not cool to cast doubt on the store's practices without any real evidence. Implying that what they're doing behind the counter isn't legal or ethical can cause unnecessary tension. These kinds of baseless accusations can hurt the store's reputation and sour the atmosphere. Remember, gun stores operate under strict regulations and scrutiny. If you have genuine concerns or questions about how things are done, it's much better to ask directly and respectfully. This approach maintains a positive environment and shows you're there in good faith. Number 6. Using technical jargon incorrectly. It's tempting to throw around some fancy firearm terms to sound like an expert, but here's the thing. Using those terms incorrectly can lead to some pretty big misunderstandings. It's not about impressing anyone, it's about clear communication. Staff are there to help, regardless of your knowledge level. If you're unsure about something, just ask. It's a lot better to gain accurate information than to pretend and possibly confuse the situation. Everyone starts somewhere, and gun store staff appreciate honesty and the opportunity to share their expertise. Number 7, making unfounded complaints about gun quality. Critiquing firearms based on hearsay or brand stereotypes doesn't do anyone any favors. It's not just about knocking a brand without good reason, it's also about understanding that quality can vary and personal experience speaks volumes. If you've had a bad experience, it's okay to share, but make sure your feedback is rooted in fact, not just rumor or bias. This way, conversations stay constructive, and you might even learn something new about a brand or model you hadn't considered before. Plus, it keeps the vibe positive. Number 8, asking about illegal modifications. It's a major no-no to bring up or inquire about illegal mods for firearms while you're in a gun store. Chatting about things like switches to make Glocks fully automatic is not only a legal red flag, but also puts store employees in a super uncomfortable position. These conversations can lead to serious consequences, not to mention they breach the trust and safety vibe that gun stores strive to maintain. Always keep the talk within the bounds of the law and respect the seriousness of firearm ownership and modification. Number 9, asking about loading a weapon with live ammo. It's a big mistake to ask if you can load a firearm with live ammunition while you're inside a gun store. This request isn't just frowned upon, it's a serious safety concern. Gun stores follow strict protocols to ensure everyone's safety, and loading a gun with live ammo inside the store, well, it's against the rules. If you're new to firearms and want to understand how they work, there are safer, more appropriate ways to learn, like asking for a demo with snap caps or signing up for a safety course. Keeping it safe means keeping it unloaded. Number 10, requesting armor-piercing ammo. Walking into a gun store and asking for military-grade armor-piercing rounds can quickly raise eyebrows. Not only are these types of ammo subject to strict regulations, but casually inquiring about them can send the wrong message about your intentions. The staff are there to help you find what you need for legal and safe shooting activities. If you're looking for something specific, it's better to ask about the purpose and legality of the ammo you're interested in. This keeps the conversation on the up and up and ensures you're getting what you actually need for your firearm. Number 11, expressing surprise about background checks or saying someone else could complete the paperwork or payment. Showing up in a gun store and acting shocked that there's a background check process in place, or worse, suggesting someone else could fill out the paperwork or foot the bill for you, it's a big red flag. It's standard procedure for gun stores to conduct these checks to ensure firearms are sold responsibly. Trying to sidestep this process not only raises questions about your eligibility, but also puts the store staff in a tough spot. Number 12, discussing illegal drug use. Bringing up illegal drug use, especially while you're in the middle of filling out firearm purchase paperwork, it's a definite no-go. Not only does it put you in a bad light, but it also clashes with the legal requirements for owning a firearm. The form you're filling out includes questions specifically about drug use because it directly affects your eligibility to buy a gun. Keeping the conversation clean and sticking to the task at hand ensures you're respecting the process and the law. Plus, shows the staff you take gun ownership seriously. Number 13, inquiring about suppressors for illegal activities. Asking about getting a suppressor for reasons that hint at illegal activities like poaching or keeping your hunting from the neighbors is a major misstep. It's not just about the legality, it's about respect for the sport and the law. Suppressors have legitimate uses that comply with hunting regulations and noise ordinances. Bringing up illegal uses not only puts everyone in an uncomfortable position, but also undermines the serious responsibilities of firearm ownership. Always approach conversations about firearm accessories with legality and ethical use in mind. Keeps you and the store on the right side of the law. Number 14, mentioning intent to commit crimes. Let's be clear, mentioning any intent to use a purchased firearm for committing crimes or settling disputes is out of bounds. Gun ownership comes with a responsibility of using firearms legally and ethically. Bringing up criminal intentions, even in jest, is not only inappropriate, but also alarming to store staff and other customers. It's essential to maintain a level of respect and seriousness when discussing firearms. These conversations should always focus on legal, safe, and responsible use, whether it's for sport, self-defense, or collecting. Keeping it above board ensures a positive experience for everyone involved. Number 15, attempting a straw purchase. Suggesting you're buying a firearm on behalf of someone who's not legally allowed to own one is a serious no-no. This isn't just about bending the rules, it's about breaking the law. Straw purchases are illegal and can have serious consequences for everyone involved. When you're in a gun store, the focus should be on responsible and legal firearm ownership. If you're not the end user of the gun, it's best to steer clear of any suggestions that could be interpreted as a straw purchase. Keeping things straightforward and legal is the best path for everyone. Number 16, joking or making light of serious situations or legal obligations related to firearm ownership. We should always treat conversations about firearm ownership with the respect they deserve. Joking around about serious aspects of gun ownership, like safety protocols or legal requirements, can send the wrong message. It's not just about respect for the law, it's about acknowledging the responsibilities that come with owning and handling firearms. A gun store, it's a place for learning and discussing these topics seriously. Keeping the tone respectful ensures that we all contribute to a culture of safe and responsible gun ownership. Number 17, bragging about skirting laws. Talking about how you've dodged or plan to dodge gun laws isn't just a legal no-fly zone. It puts everyone around you, especially store employees, in a super awkward spot. These laws are in place for everyone's safety, and trying to outsmart them, well, it isn't clever, it's risky and disrespectful. When you're in a gun store, or really anywhere firearms are involved, sticking to the straight and narrow shows you respect the process and understand the weight of gun ownership. Let's keep those conversations focused on legal and responsible practices, keeping everyone safe and stress-free. Number 18, negotiating price as if it's a yard sale. Treating a gun store like it's your neighbor's garage sale and trying to haggle over prices isn't just a no-go. It undermines the store's pricing structure and the value they've placed on their items. Firearms and their accessories come with set prices that reflect their quality, safety standards, and legality. By respecting these prices, you're acknowledging the expertise and effort that goes into maintaining a reputable, law-abiding store. So, save the haggling for the flea market and approach your purchases in the store with the understanding that you're investing in safety, quality, and legality. Number 19, wearing inappropriate attire or disguises. Strolling into a gun store decked out in mask, face paint, or any attire that screams, "I'm up to no good," isn't just a fashion faux pas. It can set alarms and create unnecessary tension. Stores prioritize safety and a sense of security, so showing up in a way that might be seen as threatening or just plain suspicious can lead to misunderstandings, or worse, being shown the door. Keeping your look straightforward and respectful ensures that the focus stays on the reason you're there, to engage in the responsible and legal discussion or purchase of firearms. Number 20. Insisting on handling firearms after being denied. If the staff of a gun store decides it's not a good time for you to handle a firearm and you keep pushing the issue, it's more than just annoying. It shows a real lack of respect for the store's policies and safety protocols. These rules are in place for a reason, mainly to keep everyone safe. Pushing back against a staff member's decision doesn't just put you in a bad light. It can escalate tensions and undermine the trust and respect essential for a safe, positive environment. So, if you're denied, take a step back and respect their call.